Hi, my name is Aaron Linsdau. I'm a polar explorer and motivational speaker. It's review day! Today I'm going to put on my little review hat and talk about my filmmaking, but I'm going to tell you what I believe is the best bang for buck in studio monitor speakers. These JBL 305P2s. Are they really worth the money? Let's find out. So what are studio stereo monitor speakers? What does that even mean? So see, when you're editing films like I do here on my computer, I use Final Cut to do editing, as you can see or not see. If you've never seen what professional film editing looks like, this is it. Usually they have a lot more tracks, but I'm editing my YouTube channel. Not as exciting as my World Beyond show or anything on Amazon, but still gets the job done. But the big question is, how do you listen to the audio in your movie, in your editing bay, or whatever? So this is a struggle I've had. Now, just by the way, any product that I review, I do not receive money from that company to review them or promote them. I'm just sharing my experience with you so that you might make a better informed buying decision. The links to the JBL 305s and the other products I talk about are below. If you grab your phone, if you're looking on your phone, just hit the little down arrow next to the video and you'll expand to see the links to these speakers on Amazon. So that's just a little bit of information for you. But why do you need studio monitor speakers in the first place? Well, when you're editing audio on the computer and you listen, oh, the computer sounds great. And I know that Apple tries to sell you that the iMac sound is incredible. I mean, the 5K screen is gorgeous. I know that. But the sound, it sounds like it's in a can and this is incredible and you're supposed to be sold on the idea. No, folks, it's not. It just isn't. And that's okay. So I started beginning to looking around at computer speakers. And there's Logitech. There's all sorts of things. And they're these tiny little bricks, and they say 150 watts. Ha ha! No way. Those speakers, although they're okay, they're certainly better than the internal speakers. They're junk. So then you start looking, oh, well, what do professionals use? And I'm here to tell you right now, professionals use monitor speakers. I've got the JBL 305s. I'll put a link to the Yamaha HS5s. They're incredible, but not in the way I like them. And if you really want to spend money, those Adam A7Xs, spendy beyond belief. Think $1,500 a pair. Just by the way, these speakers are sold individually. They're not sold as pairs. So that might tell you something about their quality or what they do. But why do you care about this? And you notice this speaker is really big compared to the computer. How come my little ones aren't as good? Because they just don't have the bass capability and the drive and the clarity and all this. JBL, Yamaha, Adam, all these different companies, they put a lot of effort into this. So what's so special? I mean, it just looks like a speaker. So what I'm going to do is pull forward. If you think editing on your earbuds is incredible, they're okay, they serve a purpose, but if you want real professional editing, this is where you got to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this guy forward and I'm going to flip it around and I'm going to show you what all's on back, why they are professional and overly priced, but whatever. So immediately you'll notice here, let me show you the front. And a lot of times, unfortunately, jerks will mush this little cone in or mush the main driver cone in. Don't do that. But on the back, you'll see a bunch of different inputs. Now this looks pretty intimidating because it is. Hey, I'm going to hold this like a boombox. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so you can see the bass port here. So that gives the deeper sound. But you'll notice there is no 1/8 inch jack, the real inexpensive guys. Let me grab that. On this, you cannot put this little earphone jack anywhere into this to drive it. Why? Because professional monitor speakers require an XLR cable or a tip ring sleeve input that's called balanced. And what that balanced does is it prevents electronic noise from getting into your speakers, or at least it's supposed to help. More on that in another video. But you'll see that's got this big old fat XLR tip ring sleeve, and let me show you what those guys look like real quick. One moment. Let me drag those cables over here. Okay. Yeah, here's the XLR cable. Where's the other end? Okay. Here's the XLR cable. There you go. There's this and there's this. And they click together like this. This is what the professionals use. When you see any professional concert going on or anything, they always use a locking version of this cable. This just, once you step up to the XLR connectors and the TRS, I mean, it just blows things away. So you're going to need something to hook this to your computer, because that little 1/8 jack doesn't work. I use the, let me see if I can zoom in here. Where is it? I use the Scarlett 2i4 in my particular setup. I also use the Linsdau. I'll put links to all of them below here for adjusting the volume. It's got XLR inputs. One nice thing about the Linsdau is it does have the 1/8 in, so you can actually put 1/8 in and then drive out these speakers, which is pretty cool. And it's totally passive, highly recommended. So if you just want some sweet setup speakers, these JBLs, you hook them to your computer through the 1/8 inch jack, and this guy, it's completely passive, so it doesn't add any noise, which is really big for your editing. So you'll see here, I can't really, let's see. It's too far away. Oh well, so this is what looks like an old school 1/4 inch jack. Each speaker also has its own power plug here. Power plug right there. One thing I don't like is the power switch is on the back of this thing. That's so irritating. Now, I'm not turning them on and off constantly, but come on, guys. Couldn't you put a switch on the front? I know it's not as sexy and clean lines. Who cares? Functionality. But whatever. Volume control here. Let's see, if you need to adjust the boundary EQ, if you even know what that is, or the HF trim, it's got some professional controls here. Your power, there's probably a fuse in here somewhere. And then the input sensitivity, whether you're putting line in or a sub microphone level in here, they've got a little switch here and you can boom, 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 control the volume. I usually have it a couple clicks down from the max, just because I like the full power experience. Now, one of the huge advantages to the JBLs over anything else that I've used is that they do have both the XLR, oops, let me hold this up for you. You can see how big this thing is. They have both the XLR, like the Adam and the Yamaha, but then they have the balanced tip ring sleeve 1/4 inch jack. That's so nice, because with 2 inputs, I can actually hook my Scarlett 2i4 or the Linsdau. I can hook a lot of stuff up to this thing, and it will do things for me. Now, one of the things about these monitor speakers is that they're called near field speakers. They are meant to be set and only a couple feet away from your head. That's just how they are. Even though they look pretty big, they're not actually designed to be room-filling speakers, even though they're freaking loud. Let me plug the power back in here, and I'll click this in, listen. Satisfying. So these things are meant to be relatively close to your head. Oops, let me get my head back on camera here. These are meant to be relatively close to your head, and that way they've got the best stereo image. Now, these also, you are highly recommended to purchase the little foam blocks below. Can you see that there? Yeah, there's a little foam block below, because that speaker, when the energy of the sound actually starts getting exciting, it can translate through the table and alter your acoustics. Obviously, I don't have a super professional table, so it definitely you need some foam blocks for this to point them up. So my experience has been with these JBL 305s. I love them. Their mid to highs are not as clear as the Yamaha HS5s, but the bass out of these things is incredible! You do not have to purchase a subwoofer with these things. So that's the thing, like the Yamaha, I love the clear high, mid highs to the really highs, but there is no bass in those Yamahas whatsoever, even though they're big drivers. Even in the 8-inch, no good. If you just want a straightaway, one-stop shop option without blowing $1,500 on a pair on those A7Xs from Adam, it is really hard to beat these JBLs. Every time I go in and hear the others, like, oh, that's better, but then there's no bass. So these are a really good balance for the price. I mean, they're very reasonably priced for what you get out of them. I've loved them. One day I'll upgrade to those Adams, but you know, this is a couple $100 versus $1,500 or more. So highly recommend these. Links below to the JBLs, the Adams, the Sonal controller, all the other stuff I've talked about in the video. Link below, check it out. My name is Aaron Linsdau. I'm a polar explorer and motivational speaker and filmmaker. That sounds so impressive. Oh well. Please like and comment on the video. The links, where's my phone? The links, you just hit the little arrow beside the video on YouTube and it'll expand so you can see the links in the text. Please subscribe to my channel and hit that little, dinger bell thing there so you can get the latest updates. And also please support me on Venmo, PayPal, and Patreon, links below. Thank you very much for watching. Can't even remember my line. Cut!